How's it going, guys? It's that time of year again. The smell of international rugby is in the air. We're getting to see Australia come to South Africa and test their mettle up against the best in the world. And it's that time to kiss a bit of ass, and I'm talking about Cheslin Kolbe. I'm going to open myself up to a bit of criticism, yeah, and I want to hear what you guys think and who is the greatest winger of this generation. In my opinion, it is Cheslin Kolbe. I'm going to give you reasons why I think this, and I want to hear what yours are. So please like, subscribe. It really does help the channel grow, and let's get into it. Now, Cheslin Kolbe he's not the flashiest of wingers. He's not that kind of person that's going to be breaking records left, right, and center. He's not your Brian Habana who's leading the charts in terms of scoring, or Edwin van der Merwe who's banging in 5 tries in 3 games, or even players like Mapimpi who's putting in tries left, right, and center, even at the ripe old age of 36. But Cheslin Kolbe is that workhorse. He is that player. He is a coach's perfect dream. He is that kind of player that's going to get you the same consistency every single week, week in, week out. He's going to be putting in that solid performance. But not only that, you're going to ask him to go anywhere and do anything, and he's going to say, yes, Rassie, no matter what. And he's going to be putting in 150% in any single thing that he does. He's not the physical specimen that the likes of Duhan van der Merwe is. He's also not the speedster like Louis Bielbiae, also known as Le Beep Beep. But what he does give you is a team effort. This guy, he will make use of every single ounce of sweat in his body to allow him the best chance to make something happen for the team. He'd much rather pass off than get the glory for a try. He'd much rather be that workhorse, getting the tackles in the hope that the ball is going to drop and eventually end up getting onto the Springbok side. Like I say, by no means is he that kind of person that's going to be looking at breaking records. But what makes a truly great winger? Is it the individual performance of a player, or is it what he brings to the squad, what he brings to the team? Is he able to improve the squad when he comes on? Is he able to bring the best out of every single player when he comes on? And is he felt when he has left the pitch? Can you see a drop the moment he leaves the pitch? In my opinion, yes, he does. He is one of those impact players that when he comes on, he makes something happen. When he leaves the pitch, you can feel he leaves the pitch by the presence that he leaves. He's able to break ankles left, right, center. We've seen it during the World Cups, the multiple World Cups that he's won. We've seen it at domestic level. Hopefully, we do get to see him come back to South Africa before he ends up retiring. But playing his rugby in France, playing up against some of the best talent in world rugby, putting his talent in Japan, where, yes, it's a substantial drop in terms of the players that he is playing. But don't get me wrong, there are still elite level players playing in Japan. Money does draw in a lot. But in him playing in Japan, in Rassie's idea on sending players out to preserve their career, what do we get? We get to see a lot more of Cheslin Kolbe. We get to see Cheslin Kolbe playing the highest level of international rugby every single year because he's well managed. South Africa do that very well with a lot of their players. Very well managed. From Argius Snyman in Ireland to Peter Steph to your Cheslin Kolbe in Japan. But not only that, we are getting to see the likes of Ebenezabeth Siya playing in South Africa for the URC, still putting themselves at the highest level of rugby. So Cheslin Kolbe, in my opinion, he not only uplifts a squad, he's not only the ideal player. Now, there aren't many players in world rugby that give what Cheslin Kolbe gives. He gives you that speed. He gives you that ability to break through that defensive line. He gives you that power. He gives you that energy. He gives you that willingness to chase after dead balls in the hope that he will make something of it. As we saw when he ran down, when he ran down the conversion in the World Cup. He makes something out of nothing. There aren't many players in world rugby that is capable of doing that. Yes, he is no Damien Penaud, who is breaking rugby records for scoring left, right, and center. But you look at what he brings to the squad. You look at his consistency throughout his games. By far, well, I wouldn't say by far, but in my opinion, he is the greatest winger of our generation, of this generation. I want to hear what your thoughts are. I want to hear what you guys think, because I'm going to get different opinions from everywhere. Everywhere you look, there's going to be a different opinion from where you're from, who you grew up watching. I grew up watching the likes of your Brian Habana. I grew up watching a lot of these players and a lot of these wingers that are absolutely ridiculous. But I also grew up watching Cheslin Kolbe being one of my favorite backs and my favorite winger. He has blown the world for many, many years. He has won everything you could potentially want to win, from domestic to international. The guy, he is a gem of world rugby, and quite rightfully so. But what are your thoughts? Do you think Cheslin Kolbe even deserves the right to be classified as the greatest winger of our generation? Or am I just talking absolute BS? Let me know what your thoughts are in the comment section below. Please, as always, I want to hear what your thoughts are and tell me a reason why you think I'm an idiot. So, on that note, I love you all, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Bye.